Unafraid Show, right or wrong. Thank you guys for joining me today. Per the usual, I appreciate your time, appreciate your energy. Thank you guys. Please make sure you swipe up, share the feed, like the feed, continue the conversation per the usual. Today, we are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do something a little bit different than what we normally do on the Unafraid Show. Unafraid, of course, we're unafraid. Where you can save your tears, the truth, the way, and the light, the whole deal, the whole shooting match. But today, we want to try something out. We're going to do a Man Monday. A Man Monday. Does anybody know what a Man Monday is? Man Monday is the day where whether you're a father, son, husband, and even the women are welcome as well. Where you can come, we can talk about things that matter to us and stuff that's hot. So don't forget to swipe up, share the feed, let everybody know Unafraid Show is going live now. And what we got on track for today is this. Number one is your kids being multi-sport athletes. Multi-sport athletes. 91% of first round draft picks were multi-sport athletes in high school. We're going to talk about that. Biggest question of the day is, are you cool with your son or daughter getting a face tattoo? And I know this is 2018. I'm not supposed to have judgments, but I got judgments about this. And I want to know where you guys stand on it. And I got a new math equation. Wife plus kids equals gang. That's what I know. Wife plus kids equals gang. And I got to tell you about how I overreacted at Disneyland. And I want to know how you guys handled this and all of this. Because I want to know where you guys land on this as well. But where we're going to start at is here. We are going to start with, are you cool with your son or daughter getting a face tattoo? Are you cool with them getting a face tattoo? Because, so what happened is, you got some of these rappers, whether you're 21 Savage, Tadashi 69, Lil Pump, whoever, right? I know most of you have never heard of these people, but I have teenage kids, 12-year-old and an 18-year-old, and they know who all these little people are. But here's what I remember the rap guys that I listen to that I like, this is what they look like. They hang out with presidents. They run companies. They own real estate. All of this. And I'm going to tell you this. And all this came up because my kid the other day asked me, my 6-year-old, and was like, Dad, what do you think about face tattoos? I was like, son, hell no. Hell no to the face tattoos. We don't do that in this house. And my kids are like, Dad, but aren't you supposed to accept people for how they are and not judge them, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, son, yeah, that's cool and all well, and that's the way it's supposed to be. However, in life, in business, people make judgments on you based upon how you look. That's just no two ways about it. Regardless of whether it's good, bad, indifferent, these are the breaks. This is just how it rolls. This is how it works. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about people with face tattoos. I want to know what you guys think. People with face tattoos, to me, I think that you have to be doing drugs to get a face tattoo. Not just weed. Like, you actually have to be doing drugs. Hardcore drugs to get a face tattoo. Because how on earth could you possibly think that that's a great idea for your future? For your future employment? Like, you can't do anything but rap if you have face tattoos. I mean, like, you can't do anything but rap. I mean, even the most successful artist around, probably, with a face tattoo is The Game. I mean, and that's it. And there's certain things he can't do because he's got a face tattoo. Because people don't take you seriously as they should or as they can when you have a face tattoo. I mean, it's just like, there's a point in time where we have to say, all right, yes, we accept you for who you are. Everybody's supposed to be themselves. But there's a certain aspect in like different sides of you. Like you have to know the temperature of where you're at. You got to be able to wear. Okay, yes, it's cool to wear a suit. Yes, it's cool to read books. It's cool to be in shorts and a t-shirt. Just all of if you are dressed appropriately for the event. I mean, like you don't show up at a black tie event with a white t-shirt and shorts on. People look at you funny. I mean, come on, man. I mean, like there's literally nothing you can do with a face tattoo. Nothing you can do besides be an entertainer, be a rapper, or a musician. What the hell else can you do with a face tattoo? Try go getting a job. Try even if you are super qualified and you do anything other than like tech stuff and you sit in the basement, there's nothing else. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. How are you supposed to function in life? But then people tell me, George, you're not supposed to be judgmental. I'm not judgmental. I'm just saying, like, I don't want my kid with a face tattoo. I would be sorely disappointed. Am I the only parent that would be sorely disappointed if my kid comes home with a face tattoo? I mean, am I the only one? I mean, I'm not. I can't be. You can call me old school. You can say I'm an old stick in the mud, but this is why this is a man Monday. Because I can vent. I can tell you that this right here, with Jay-Z up there, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him, even crazy ass Kanye, no face tattoo. He can do other things. People take you more seriously. We have to stop pigeonholing, like we have to stop allowing our kids to pigeonhole themselves just because it's quote unquote, oh yeah, this is cool. This is a judgment-free zone. We just accept anything around here. No, man. Like you have to be like willing to do something different. You have to be willing to do something different and teach your kids that this is not cool. Because what do the people that have face tattoos have in common with each other? New money. Yeah, they might be rich right now. They don't own any property. They're buying cars, buying stuff that doesn't appreciate. And at what point in time are we going to teach our kids to do something better, do something different? But old money has nice cars. Yes, but they also have passive income too to pay for them. Come on, man. Come on in. I got a new equation though for you guys. Next thing up, I got a new equation for you guys. And that is wife plus kids equals a gang. That equals a gang up on dad. I don't know. I can't be the only person that lives in this world where my wife and my kids are a gang and they gang up on me. Here is what we have decided to do and tried to do in our house. We have decided to try to make sure that people are tuning in. Make sure people are tuning in. So phones get put away at dinner. We spend family time. Like yesterday, we were at Disneyland. We were at Disneyland yesterday. And, you know, people got to be off their phones. We're just spending time together. Like you can't be like snap facing. No, I'm joking. You can't be Snapchatting, Facebooking, tweeting, this whole deal. Right? And everybody knows I cover sports, talk about sports, TV, radio, all over the place. So watching sports to me is not just a job. It's not just fun. It's also a job so I can talk about it, speak about it in an educated fashion. Do you know what my wife and kids did yesterday? Game 7 is on. LeBron James versus the Pacers. Literally, LeBron versus the Pacers. Cavs versus Pacers. Game 7. The most watched NBA game of the playoffs since 2009. And I turn it on my phone. We're standing in line for a ride. I turn it on my phone. I'm like, okay, cool. Ooh. Everybody, they all look, all 5 of them people in this picture look at me like, what you doing? I'm like, it's game 7. They're like, okay, and? All of them. And I'm like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, this is work. Oh, you can tape it. You can watch it later. I'm like, come on, man. Like, all they asses started staring at me. And I'm watching the game, and I feel all this heat coming off 5 faces. 2 little faces, a medium face, a big face, another big face. Staring at me. Because I'm watching game 7. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, forget it. I'm dad. I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do. And then I see the disappointment on their faces. And then my wife looks at me and she's like, George, you we talked about modeling for the kids, doing what's right, showing them all of this. And I'm just like, and I literally got guilt tripped by 5 people to not watching game 7 because we were at Disneyland. And I told him, I was like, listen, I am missing the game to be at Disneyland. And they're like, oh, well, thank you for your time, master. I'm like, how on earth can you try to manipulate somebody like this? This is a gang. That's why I say wife plus kids equals gang. They are a gang, man, because they will run your life. They will change your life, and they will act like that is just cool. And you're just supposed to sit up there and accept this as dad. Of course. And yeah, I sat up there and I took it. I didn't watch the game because, of course, I want to be a great dad, want to be a father, want to be a great example. That's what I'm out here trying to be out in the world. And they sat there and did that to me. That's dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty kids. I'm going to tell you that. I mean, okay, and how all this started. I started reading this book, How We Love Our Kids. And because, like most people, I'm trying to be a better father, trying to do things in a different way than my parents. Even though I had good parents, still trying to be better, still trying to improve. And one of the things they talk about in there is modeling. Like, don't be the do as I say parent, do as I do parent, because kids are going to do what you do and blah, blah, blah and all that. And I'm sitting there like, come on, man. Like at what point in time does like dad just like get anything other than the big piece of chicken? Get anything other than the big piece of chicken. If you are a man and your kids are taking the big piece of chicken, come on, man. Don't allow that. Don't do that. And in reading this book, it kind of like closed some of the gaps for me, because my biggest problem is that I was like, okay, how do I discipline these kids without pacifying and enabling them? Like, how do I discipline the kids without pacifying or enabling them and just turning them into participation trophy kids? And I was like, all right, how I discipline them apparently through the book, which I'm trying, is through love, empathy, making it seem like you care about them and their feelings, even if you're going to do something different and the complete opposite of what they want anyway. Like, I'll give you an example. Kid is like, I want ice cream in the morning, Dad. Son, I know you want ice cream in the morning. Ice cream is great. Ice cream is fantastic. We all love ice cream. But you can't have ice cream this morning because it's not healthy for you. It's not good for you. Oh, you're upset about it? Yeah, it's cool for you to be upset. You know, I have sympathy for you being upset, but these are the breaks. These are the rules, even for you. I was like, okay, maybe this works. So we'll see how this goes over the next few months, because I'm going to keep trying it out. But I'm going to tell you, I can't be the only dad. I know I'm not the only one that gets bullied by wife and kids sometimes. They gang up on you to enforce the rules that you set at home. Huh. Yep. So, moral of the story, don't set up rules at home that you are not going to live by, because they asses will stare at you and make you feel like a bad person for what you did. Next thing up, though, multi-sport athletes. I've been saying this for a long time. Been saying it to parents, saying it to all this. You have to allow your kids to be multi-sport athletes. 29 of 32 first-round draft picks in the NFL draft were multi-sport athletes in high school. 29 of 32. Do you understand what that means? That means all you parents out there that are telling their kids, oh, son, little Johnny, you need to concentrate on one thing so you can be great. That's a lie. That is 100% lie. You do not have to only play one sport to be great. In actuality, you learn different lessons from playing all type of sports. I played baseball, football, and basketball in high school, and then I danced as well. I played an instrument. I did all sorts of stuff in school because it transitions you into being a better athlete. In football, you learn toughness, play when it's hot, cold, hurt, all of these things. When you play basketball, you learn how to run, jump, shoot, be a little more coordinated with your body. Baseball, you learn hand-eye coordination and patience and dealing with failure. All of these things are crucially important for an athlete and for a person in general. And when you are trying to like segregate your kid into being one thing, you are screwing it up. You are screwing it up, and I'm telling you that right now. You just are, because that is complete and abject failure. Because I see so many parents. I see so many parents where they tell their kids, oh, especially like I'll give you an example. I've got a 12-year-old son, Damon, and he plays baseball. There's a bunch of other kids who play on his team or play against him that exclusively play baseball 24/7, 12 months a year. And that's not what we do. He plays, baseball is his main sport, but he also plays basketball, he plays football, he swam before, all of these things. And then when you have, he's a pretty good player. So you have high school coaches talking to him, talking to parents. Oh, where's he going to go to school? Where's he going to go to high school? We don't know yet. He's in 6th grade, bro. Oh, and some of these coaches expect kids to come in and just play one sport. And it's not happening. So I can tell any high school coaches that may be recruiting my kid, trying to get us to go there, do not expect him to play one sport. If you expect him to play one sport, you better find somewhere else. And I would implore you to do that with your kids. Get them to do more than one thing. Because guess what? The thing that you think that they're the best at might not be the thing they're best at. I just was talking to a mom the other day. Her kid was running track for the first time. And the coach was like, maybe we should try him in long jump. Turns out this kid is going to qualify for the Junior Olympics. Would have never did long jump. You just don't know. You just don't know when you have to put your kids in a much better position to succeed than just doing what you think that they should do. I mean, you got prime examples. LeBron James played football and basketball in high school. Tony Gonzalez played him in college. Tony Romo, Allen Iverson, Klay Thompson's brother, plays baseball, played basketball growing up. Jameis Winston, the quarterback at Oklahoma right now. It well rounds you, and it also teaches you to deal with different things. Last thing I got up for today is a Disney overreaction. I took my kids to Disney yesterday with the rest of the gang, with my wife and the rest of the gang. And this is what I was dealing with all day. This kid, hand in front of face, trying to take a picture, dunking on people, almost getting hit by trams. All of this. I mean, just a whole shooting match. And by the time the day was done, because anybody knows me, I've had 2 back surgeries, bunch of other surgeries. When Dad's been walking around Disneyland, standing up, sitting down, all of this, I get tired. I get tired and I get irritated by the end of the day. We had been there since like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 6:30. We're getting ready to leave. We're walking to the parking lot. And in the parking lot, oldest son, 12-year-old. Mind you, I've been telling him to stop for like 45 minutes. And I gave him the final warning. I was like, yo, dad is, my back is hurting. I don't want to hear that no more. Y'all got to stop. You know what time it is. Okay. They didn't heed the warning. On the tram, 12-year-old flicks 6-year-old in the forehead. I'm like, I grab them both by the shoulders and I'm like, stop. Like that's it. Then my son, we're walking through the parking lot and we're down at the end of anybody's been to Disney, they have these endless parking lots. Literally probably a quarter-mile walk just from getting up the stairs all the way to where we were. 12-year-old Damon. He goes and, I'm in front of everybody. My 12-year-old, he's like, Dad, the parking, we're in 3A. I said, son, we're in 3J. We're in 3J, son. He's like, oh, really? Dad, you're wrong. Let's bet. I said, all right, then bet, homeboy. I mean, I got at him like I was talking to a friend. Like, what? Bet? All right, homeboy, bet. He shakes my hand. We get about a quarter of the way to the car. He realizes he's wrong. And I'm like, hey, yo, I need my $100 up out you, buddy. He was like, I didn't bet you. I was like, bro, you just shook on it. Like, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, yeah, but I didn't really like shake on it. I just stuck my hand out. I was like, I almost went off on him. But this is a lesson that he's going to have to learn. Because guess what? He's paying me my $100. He's got $100. So he's paying me my $100 because I have to teach him as a dad. You can't make a bet and then welch on it. Like that is a low class, low character individual move. And that's not who we are. So you're going to have to pay up on this, homeboy. I mean, that's literally the way I talk to him. And we get about halfway to the car. I'm in front of the kids. So I'm already upset with him. So I kind of like walked up a little bit because I didn't want to go off anymore because I knew my back was hurting, all this. Next thing I hear is my wife going, no, what are you guys doing? And I turn around. 6-year-old is on the floor. Car is driving by. And 12-year-old like, what? Like, I told you to stop. And so I grabbed my 12-year-old and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I told you to stop. And he's trying to be like, Dad, I didn't do anything. And my wife is like, he didn't do anything. But I can't hear them. So I'm going off on the 12-year-old. And he's like, and then so he starts crying. And then I get to the car. And when we get to the car, we get in the car. And my wife is like, George, let me talk to you for a second before we get in the car. So we're standing outside the car having like a little powwow. And my wife says to me, George, Caden, the 6-year-old, he's the one who did it. Damon didn't do anything wrong this time. And mind you, 12-year-old is always the one who's bothering the 6-year-old. Always, like continuously. So why on earth would I think anything else? So I get back in the car. I'm fuming. I am fuming. And we're on the way to go get something to eat. And I'm sitting there and my wife starts texting me because we don't like to have these conversations in front of the kids. She starts texting me, but I've already come to my resolution at this point in time. She's like, George, you need to apologize to Damon. And I'm always teaching him about character, trying to do the right things and all of this. And I tell him, so when we get to the restaurant, get there, and I apologize to him. I was like, yo, sorry, I overreacted, and it wasn't even you. So I do apologize, son. You know, like my back was hurting. I let myself get overly frustrated. That whole deal. And the kid and my son's like, okay, whatever. Like he looks like he wants to punch me in the face. And he's like, okay, whatever. And then so I'm always telling him about doing the right thing. So then I tell him, I'm like, all right, son, look, I'm going to apologize to you in front of everybody else because I embarrassed you in front of everybody else. Let's go back for a second. At that moment when I grabbed him, he had this look in his face of like helplessness. I mean, I'm a big dude, and he just looked like I didn't do anything. Like he looked like embarrassed, helpless, all of that. And so when I got back in front of the family, when we got back in front of everybody, I was like, son, look. I was like, everybody look. So everybody knows. Here's how you're supposed to handle things. I tell you guys how to handle the right things. So let me demonstrate it to you. Damon, I apologize to Damon because I embarrassed him. I overreacted. It wasn't even his fault. It was your fault. And so I was just like, and I realized at that moment when I was talking to him, I was like, listen, my anger was out of a place of fear because you guys are playing in the parking lot. We talk about this so long, so often. I don't want anybody to get hit because Caden could have got run over by a car, man. Like anything can happen. We have to be safe. And that was just the story for yesterday. I want to tell you guys, watch your fear, watch your anger. And also, like, really, like, talk to your kids like they're human beings because they really, really respond to it. And also, don't be participation trophy parents. Don't be that. Let them play with their troubles. Sometimes you're going to be upset. Sometimes they're going to be upset. And you just got to live with it. Well, this is the Unafraid Show. This is the Man Monday. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Bear with me doing something different today. Send in your emails to unafraidShow@gmail.com. We'll try it out again later. Another day. Maybe it might be a Man Tuesday next week or something. Because during football season, I really don't think we can do a Man Monday. Maybe a segment on Man Monday. But anyways, appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Peace out. We will catch you guys tomorrow.